Ooh, hey, welcome to Professor Nikki's shenanigans and unsolicited opinion, right? Anyway, today is January the 6th, 7th, January 7th, 2024. It's been a whole week in the new year. I hope you all have had a blessed week. And most importantly, a safe week. If you are still, just kind of cleaning some stuff up from 2023, that's okay. Because 2024 is going to be your year. It's going to be my year. Okay. So 2023, I had some hiccups along the way, but Lord, I still thank you. Okay. Now, granted, if you don't believe in higher power, so be it. Get off my channel with all that nonsense. Whatever you believe in is your right. Okay. But please don't come over here with all that because I don't want to hear it. Okay. Thank you. But anyway, we're going to do a review of last week. This is a review, recap, flashback. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it, right? Katt Williams. We're going to talk about the pay disparity in Hollywood. And we're going to talk about Funky Dineva leaving Fox Soul, as well as a little bundle of joy with Haley and I think the rapper DDG, but he also is a content creator as well. We're going to wrap it up with them because it's a little bundle of joy. Hello. But anyway, let's start off with Katt Williams. What do y'all think about that? Me personally, I didn't think too much of it. I just feel like he kind of been saying this alone for years now, off and on, and he did exactly what he wanted to do. We live in a society now. It's all about that moment when you dealing with media, social media. It's gonna this. Although, do I think he went true? I think it was his truth, and I think the comedians who did respond to him, they had their right to, because you should defend your name. But just like listen, the internet do not play. They go pulling up old receipts and everything, especially about stealing jokes. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. Most of the comedians that he did put on blast, I personally like them. I like Ricky Smiley, comedic. I like said entertainer, comedian. The other two, he kind of went in. I'm not a big fan of their particular comedy style, but I get it. You know what I mean? So I don't look too much into it. I think you have to look at this is still entertainment at the end of the day, and people are liable to say anything for shock value. And, I think Katt can stand up on his own just like the rest of them. And so at the end of the day, it can go back and forth. But, it is what it is. Because when it's all said and done with Katt Williams' situation, especially when it came to Ricky Smiley, Q never said Katt Williams was lying, though. That's all I'm saying. Because if somebody's not telling the truth, they're going to blatantly say that's not true. Right? Now, Ricky, he brought clarity to the issue. And I think that's something that he needed to do because, don't put that on my name. As far as men, comedians wearing dresses, I personally don't see anything wrong with it. Because if you know your manhood, it is what it is. But do I think Hollywood may do that? You never know. Because if you look back at some of the, you just never know, right? But at the end of the day, every man that wear a dress don't mean they are gay, right? To each his own. Do what makes you happy, right? Continue to support all those comedians. Now let's move on to a more serious note, because this don't just happen in entertainment. This also happens in everyday life. What I want to say, not life, but it happened in everyday this working environment, especially when it comes down to Black females. For some apparent reason, sometimes we be the smartest one. We have the most education in a lot of cases, but we get paid the least, right? No matter how great we are, we can publish 1,800 scholarly academic journals, and we still would not get paid what a white male would get paid with the same thing. And it's sad to me. Now, I think it was Funky Dineva. So go check out his page. He was saying, why isn't no one really attacking? Really, I ain't gonna say he didn't say attacking. I'm paraphrasing. But, why is nobody really upset with Taraji saying it? So, when Monique said it years ago, everybody like, she just complaining, blah, blah, blah. But as Taraji said, she been saying this. Now, everybody have a way of doing things because you still got to work and eat. Now, you don't hear Monique too much saying it now because she done got some money, right? She done got to sell me for Netflix. So you don't hear her doing this now. But a lot what Monique said was accurate. Okay? It was very much so accurate. But with that being said, I don't think we need to continue the newcomer actress, especially women that's black that looks like me, need to really be very, when you start getting more roles and you start winning those awards, you demand your worth. Now, it's nothing wrong with negotiating, but don't negotiate to the fact that you're surrendering, okay? Because when you surrender, they can continue to only pay you debt, okay? Now, if you're in corporate America or if you're working for the government or whatever the case, now you got to be careful with that. You know what I mean? Now, make sure you got your I's and T's crossed. And you ask for that raise. They're going to either tell you yes or no or maybe next time. But as they tell you next time, you start applying to other jobs. They don't have to know that. Now, granted, you may not get that job right then that's going to pay you what you want. But you might get one going to pay you close enough and you're going to have more opportunities to grow. Because when you work for government, there's always a ceiling cap, they say. You got to wait and the budget don't fit. That's not true. It fits for them. Because trust me, they get raises. Okay? Just make sure you know that. Make sure you know your policy, your HR policy. So then they can't play with you, right? But I always have you running their fund just in case you got to turn that notice in prior to what's your favor into the next position. But you learn everything you can. Don't be disgruntled. Don't do none of that. Now, sometimes toxic environment, different situations may require you to do this. But always make sure before you leave any job that you have something to fall back on. Or you have a cushion that will at least, I always say a year cushion. Some people say 6 months. I say a year. Because now, these jobs can be very limited. Especially for women of color. Especially women of color. I hate to say that, but it is. Because we are oversaturated because many of us are getting degrees now. Okay? And unfortunately, if the person, the hiring board is predominantly white, if somebody white is going up for that job, they're going to probably get it. Okay? So let's know that. Especially in government. Government is very tricky. Very, very tricky. It have great benefits. But the pay, especially if you don't know nobody. Okay? So moving on to Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva is no longer on the show that was on Fox Soul with Claudia Jordan as well as Al Reynolds. I like the show. TGIF, I think that's the name of the show. I got a chance to watch it when it went to, I guess, 4 days or 5 days. But I wasn't able to continue because, responsibilities. So I wasn't. But I really did enjoy it. I liked it. Funky Dineva perspective on things and twist. And, I like that from him. Non-biased at times. And then, he do his jokey. But I like that about him. So you go check him out telling that story. I'm like, ooh, that's going to be interesting. I wonder who they have. Because I think their new season started last week. I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I'm interested in who, if they even replace, not replace, but end up getting a new person. Because they didn't necessarily replace him. Because it boiled down to money. As you said, he can make that being a content creator at his own home. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, you can't knock him, right? And last but not least, Haley, the Little Mermaid, and rapper, content creator, DDG, they had a little boy named Halo, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful name. If anyone know me, I most definitely love names that begins with an H, and I have my reasons for that. But nonetheless, I hope you all just remember to always choose you. Always choose you. Because trust and believe that person that's wanting something from you, trying to borrow something from you, trying to cause chaos in your life, they trying to take something from you. Always choose you and do not ever feel guilty about it. And they even come with your babies. And what I mean by that now, you take care of your children now. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying when you need me time, you put that baby to sleep and you go have you some me time. When that baby in school or at the daycare, you have you some me time. It's okay. And even if that baby go to hollering too much, it's okay to like zone out for a minute or 30 seconds and breathe in and breathe out. It's okay to have me time. I think a lot of time women, we always put ourselves second. And one thing about 22 and 24, I'm putting me first. Don't care who don't like it. Okay? God first, me second. But I'm putting me, I choose me. Okay? You all have a great week. And I'm going to get back with y'all probably at the end of the week. Maybe I'll give y'all one on Wednesday, but don't hold my breath on it because, hey, I am with Professor Nikki. And I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.